So here we have hole one. It is pretty much straightforward. You're going to want to throw something that's going to hold this line and not die out too soon.
There I go. Good old Jake.
What are you throwing here?
I believe it's my Star Thunderbird Nova. Forehand. Kind of off to the right. A little bit too much. But made it over the first berm.
I'm just throwing a destroyer pretty much as hard as I can at that tree and hoping it dies before that. I was pretty lucky there that did.
Yeah, it was a good throw. My upshot.
What are you throwing here?
Oh man, I don't even know. I want to say that's my new compass.
It is your new compass.
Swedish plastic.
Looking to get my 2 on this hole. I'm sitting about 22, 25 out. It's always a good feeling to make the first putt.
I'm just putting in a par.
Moving on.
Well,
hole 2.
Definitely.
You got a little bit of trees to your right and to your left. It's pretty straight, maybe 260. Downhill, maybe 12 feet.
Yeah, not far. Pretty much straight down the pipe.
Very birdieable hole.
Yeah. Just throw it straight, which I like to do sometimes.
So I'm throwing my Latitude 64 compass. Holds the line, end up right at the basket, about 25 feet.
I'm throwing my new Latitude 64. What is it? Culverin?
Culverin.
Oh. That was my first throw with it ever. Turned out to be alright.
So I'm sitting here about the same as I was in the first hole, about 22, 25 feet for my birdie. Able to can it. Move on. Jake's about the same, about 25.
Yeah, 25, 27. Just short. Right off the damn bucket.
So hole 3, they don't have a marking for it, so I'd say it plays maybe 270, 280. I threw it entirely too hard.
Way past, yeah. I'm throwing that same disc. Culverin. Forehand. That was pretty good.
And
lays it up right by the basket.
Parks it.
Yep.
I think I remember I was about 45 out looking for this birdie. These are the older baskets here. These next 2 holes after this one you'll see are temporary basket or temporary holes with old baskets.
I'm going for the birdie. Nailed it.
So you're not going to see concrete pads. You're not going to see T signs.
No, they're not.
This one we modified the hole because people were playing volleyball right in front of the pad, so we moved it over probably about 370, 380. Playing road OB. So Jake's tee, he birdied the last one, so he took the pad.
Yeah, throw that same Lat 64.
I'm throwing a new Discmania disc. It's an SD2. Got a little low on me. I'm unfamiliar with how it flies entirely. Here I am, probably, I don't know, 100 out, 80 out. And I sent it just a little too hard.
What was that?
That was a Colt, XC Colt.
Nice.
So Jake's about 25 feet closer than I am, 30 feet. And he corrects my mistake and puts her next to the basket for a 3. Here I am trying to save the 3 on this hole. And it does not happen.
Dang.
Gonna
Goes again.
tap in the floor.
Yeah.
Move on.
Getting ready to put it in. Leave it sinks right there. Gets the 3. Boom.
So this next hole, we got trees in front of us. Left-handed backhand player like Jake's just going to throw his backhand. For the right-handed player, you have a turnover shot or a forehand option. I suppose there's a hyzer, but I have not tried it yet.
First time throwing this one with the compass. Just launch a little bit of a backhand and get it up there. Turns out a little short.
Woo.
Sorry.
Here I am also throwing my compass. So where I throw mine on a turnover. You can see it, loose side of it, and then bam, right past the basket. Quite a ways far.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am about 45 out. Good run. Well, it's not horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah.
Here's Jake lining up his 2.
Yeah. 25, 30 out.
Nailed it. Right in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
So we're going to get back to
Feeling good?
the permanent course. Here we got, it's going to say hole 3. It's going to be really hole 6. You're not going to see the basket from where we're at. It's up to the left of that guy in the blue shirt, probably 60 feet. And then we got Jake on the tee, throwing the same disc, I believe.
Yep. Covered.
The biggest thing you got to deal with is that tree right
Pretty good rip.
there.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. I don't have enough arm to go low and split the gap. I gotta take it up and over to try to get down inside that tree line.
I saw mine off way too early. Ended up way too far left, but happens.
Underneath the tree. I'm gonna go with a backhand on my compass. Try to lay it up. Or maybe I even throw a forehand. Yep. Forehand with the compass.
Flew more like the Archon than the
You
compass,
did.
but so I was in that tree. I figured it'd be neat if I threw into another tree.
Yeah.
Happens.
It's a nice place though. I like the trees.
Here's Jake trying to save his 3.
Yeah.
He gets it.
Gets it. Love it.
Here I am trying to save my par, and it's just not there. Not today. Tapping another 4.
Dang.
So this is arguably one of the harder holes in the course. You have a big window to your left, a small window to your right, and right up the middle you have probably your best option to get far. You see that guy down there, the basket is probably another 50 feet past him.
Yeah. Going with a forehand on the
Believe you-
latitude 64.
I believe you go right up the middle here.
Right up the middle, yep. Just trying to get past this first and second groups of trees. As many as I can get past.
The blue disc is hard to see in the camera, but it was a great throw.
Yeah.
Here I am with that Discmania SD2, trying to throw it up the middle. I was able to hit that tiny little gap on the bottom left of that pine. A little short, but in the open.
Nice rip.
So the basket's up by those guys up there. It's still, I don't know,
That car does.
480, 500 feet at least.
Yeah.
Jake was about 50 feet further than me.
There's a forehand on Thunderbird.
May she rest in peace.
Champion Thunderbird, yeah. It is the 4th of July, and I lost that disc today. Playing again, but that's a different story.
Laying that up, hoping to take his 4 and walk away. Here with my 3rd shot, throwing that XT cold again. Out of my hands, I thought that looked good for a throw-in birdie, but take apart and move on.
Button it in. I believe I get a bogey on this one.
Counting 4 shots. 5.
For me?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
This hole's pretty straightforward. It's an island. You have to land within the wood area. There's sand.
Right.
If you do not, there is a drop zone that you shoot for a penalty 3 on your 2nd shot. So we got Jake.
Backhand in that compass again. Looks to be like it's gonna lay up right in that dirt somewhere, bouncing in. Ends up being a little short. Have to drop in later.
So I throw my compass, and I improve just the slightest bit on his line, throwing it just a little harder, and bam, up there next to the basket. So Jake ended up being just short by a couple inches. He's throwing from the drop zone for a 3. And he's going to have to take his 4
Yup.
with a penalty.
Bogey.
I ended up being close enough, just tap her in. This hole is one of the farthest ones on the course. Pretty straightforward. They call it 649. It's just rip it as hard as you can off the pad.
Yep.
Second
as far
shot.
as you can.
Second shot, you're just getting up there to get a 3. So
Down in the corner of the field. There's a little bike trail behind that and a river.
probably goes down in elevation, maybe 30 or 40 feet overall. It's not crazy, but it gives an opportunity for the big arms to just throw as hard as they want to throw. They call that 649 off the pad. That was every bit of 480, would be my guess.
Throwing that culvert again. Gets a little high up there. Caught by the wind, pushes it off to the side.
Here you are with your second shot. Appear to be throwing the same culvert again.
Oh yeah. It's a new disc. I was checking it out.
It's a
Turned out to be great.
great second
It's
shot.
a great pickup. Great upshot.
Here I am with my second shot. Just trying to get up so I can get a reasonable look at a 3. Throwing that compass, it looks like. And she dives out a little left, so I was feeling comfortable by putting, so I wasn't all too concerned about that putt for 3. And Jake up here with his third shot. Looking to get up so he can get his 4 and move on.
Yeah, trying.
Good run.
Yeah, definitely a good run. I was happy.
Here I am, probably 27, maybe 30 out. Within makeable distance. Here's Jake tapping in this 4.
Yep, taking my bar.
This hole, in my opinion, is one of the more difficult holes on the course to get anything better than a 3 on. It plays incredibly long, and it's got those big trees that kind of guard the basket.
Prairie dogs everywhere.
There are prairie dogs everywhere. That is true. You got
Holes everywhere.
You got a creek off to your left, off the pad. That you mean it takes a lot to throw it in there, but it's certainly possible. Certainly possible.
Brick walls, a power plant.
So I'm throwing the Discmania SD2 again. There's not a lot of skipping grass in Colorado, so that felt pretty good to see that take a good finish on it. See what you're throwing.
Culvert.
Yep.
I believe I throw it high and short.
I think you finish off to the left quite a ways. There I am. Trying to thread the gap right there instead of doing a hyzer skip, and didn't quite get there. Here I am looking to get a 3 on this pretty challenging hole. Got it. Take that putt all day. Here's Jake for his third. I missed his second shot.
Boom.
Take that 3 and move on.
Yeah, it was a nice.
I remember it was a great shot. He ended up.
I think I threw that Thunderbird again.
Yep.
Forehand.
This hole is, I want to say, about 250. 246 is what the sign labels it as. For the right-handed backhand player, it's a turnover shot. You know, some sort of
I like the elevated tee pad and the trees.
somewhat stable mid-range.
It's pretty open, but
Left-handed player
yeah,
just
it's
needs
definitely a tree.
left-handed player needs to throw it pretty far out left. Have a crash back would probably be the best option.
I think straight down the pipe's your best option. Kind of like how you usually throw it.
Crashing hyzer wouldn't be a bad option though for lefty.
That's true.
I flirted with that forehand option a lot. It works, but the gap shot's better. There's Jake in that early tree getting knocked down, just getting up for his 3.
Yep.
I end up underneath the tree, about 15-foot putt for birdie. Was able to capitalize on it.
Definitely a good putt.
Move on. Jake's gonna take his 3.